you can contact him through hiqinghua@yahoo.com. The Truman Carrier Collision, a prelude to America's Mawei Slope moment. 16, 2025. The Truman Carrier Collision, a prelude to America's Mawei Slope moment. Recently, the USS Harry S. Truman, a Nimitz carrier, collided with a cargo ship in the open ocean. Unbelievable. Inexplicable. In reality, this incident follows a deeper underlying logic. Let's examine the timeline of the ongoing U.S.-China's strategic confrontation. China's moves. November 2024, Zhuhai Show. China unveiled numerous new weapons, including a sixth-generation fighter jet prototype. At the time, it seemed like just another model, barely catching anyone's attention. December 26, 2024, a strategic display. On the anniversary of a Chinese leader's birth and just after Christmas in the U.S., China publicly unveiled two sixth-generation fighter jets. Chengdu J-36. Shenyang J-50. Clearly, the U.S. had underestimated the prototype. Now, China presented the real thing. January 2025, economic countermeasures. As soon as Trump announced a 10% tariff increase on China, Beijing retaliated immediately with reciprocal tariffs, showing no concern for Trump's ego. Naval confrontation in the Pacific. In response to a joint U.S. France-Japan-Australia aircraft carrier drill, China dispatched forces to the Sulu and Sulawesi Seas, directly challenging the four-carrier fleet. China's strategy had shifted from biding time to active engagement. The U.S.-China rivalry had officially entered a new phase. America's response. December 26, 2024. Panic in Washington. As China revealed its sixth-generation fighters, the Pentagon's lights remained on all night. Nearby Chinese restaurants reportedly sold out of food. January 20, 2025. Trump's return. Donald Trump was sworn in for his second term, ushering in the Trump 2.0 era. Elon Musk's radical reforms. With Trump's approval, Musk's efficiency department went to work. He hired 6 young AI experts, ages 19 to 26, to restructure the U.S. government using artificial intelligence. The result? Massive layoffs. USAID, CIA, FBI, and the Department of Education were cut by 90%. Musk greeted Trump with a casual "Hey, boss" salute. Political chaos in Washington. Congress erupted in fury over Musk's restructuring. Mass protests broke out as laid-off government workers took to the streets. But the real drama began when Musk set his sights on the Pentagon. Military pushback, a show of force. Escalating accidents. Suddenly, a string of military aviation incidents occurred. A U.S. military helicopter crashed into a civilian airliner. An F-35 fighter jet mysteriously went down. An EA-18G Growler crashed into the sea. It was as if the U.S. military was sending a clear warning to Trump and Musk: back off. The Pentagon's history of defiance. During Trump's first term, he attempted to audit U.S. military spending in Afghanistan. Before the audit team even arrived, their plane mysteriously crashed, and Trump quickly backed down. This time, however, he believed he had grown wiser and stronger, with Musk as his enforcer. He was determined not to retreat. The ultimate message: the Truman Carrier collision. The confrontation escalated from fighter jets and helicopters to an aircraft carrier, one of the most powerful symbols of U.S. military might. A collision between a cargo ship and an aircraft carrier is nearly impossible without meticulous planning and coordinated action. This was not an accident, it was a calculated warning from the military. A historical parallel, the Mawei Slope moment. In 755 AD, during the Tang Dynasty's and Lushan Rebellion, Emperor Xianzong was forced to order the execution of his beloved consort, Yang Guifei, at Mawei Slope. The real event was a military coup. The execution of Yang Guifei was just a pretext. The emperor lost control of the military, marking the beginning of the Tang dynasty's decline. Similarly, the Truman carrier collision signals the beginning of America's Mawei slope moment. Trump is America's Emperor Xianzong, a leader losing control. Musk is Yang Guifei/Yang Kuozhong, a disruptive force facing military pushback. The U.S. military is preparing for its own coup in the shadows. Where will America's Mawei slope be? Will it happen in Virginia or Washington, D.C.? We shall see. The Mawei slope moment, a symbolic turning point in Chinese history. The Mawei slope moment is a highly symbolic event in Chinese history, occurring in the 15th year of the Tianbao era of the Tang dynasty, AD 756. Closely linked to Emperor Xianzong of Tang, Li Longji, and his consort Yang Guifei, this event not only marked the turning point of the Tang dynasty from prosperity to decline but also carried profound political and cultural implications in later interpretations. One background of the event: the Inlushan Rebellion. In the later years of Emperor Xuanzong's reign, a massive rebellion led by Inlushan and Shi Siming erupted, known as the Inlushan Rebellion. The rebel forces captured Chang'an, forcing Emperor Xianzong to flee the capital, Mawei slope. During the escape, Emperor Xianzong and his entourage arrived at Mawei Post Station, present-day Mawei Town, Xinping City, Shaanxi Province, where the infamous Mawei slope incident took place. Course of events. At Mawei slope, the Imperial Guards mutinied, demanding the execution of Prime Minister Yang Kuozhong, Yang Guifei's cousin, and Yang Guifei herself, whom they blamed for the turmoil engulfing the empire. The events unfolded as follows. Military mutiny. The Imperial Guards, deeply dissatisfied with Yang Kuozhong's authoritarian rule and corruption, killed him. The death of Yang Guifei. The soldiers further insisted on executing Yang Guifei, believing her beauty had led Emperor Xianzong to neglect state affairs. Under immense pressure, Emperor Xianzong reluctantly ordered her execution. The role of Gaolishi. The eunuch Gaolishi carried out the order, and Yang Guifei was strangled to death at Mawei slope. Historical significance. The Mawei slope moment is regarded as a crucial turning point in the Tang dynasty, carrying multiple layers of historical and cultural meaning. A political turning point. The Inlushan Rebellion and the Mawei slope incident marked the end of the Tang dynasty's golden era, plunging the empire into prolonged turmoil and decline. The conflict between imperial and military power. The mutiny reflected the growing tension between the emperor and his military forces, showcasing the weakening of imperial authority. The beauty as a curse trope. Yang Guifei's death was later romanticized in literature and art as the ultimate example of a woman being blamed and sacrificed for political turmoil. Cultural influence. The Mawei slope moment has been widely depicted in Chinese literature and art, becoming a symbol of tragedy and reflection. Poetry. Tang poet Bai Juyi's The Song of Everlasting Sorrow, Chang Hench, vividly narrates the love tragedy between Emperor Xianzong and Yang Guifei, with the Mawei slope incident as a pivotal scene. Drama. Yuan Dynasty drama The Parasol Reign, Wu Tongyu, and Qing Dynasty play The Palace of Eternal Life, Changshen Dian, both use the Mawei slope event as the backdrop, portraying the sorrowful love story of Emperor Xianzong and Yang Guifei. Historical reflection. Scholars and writers have often used the Mawei slope incident as a cautionary tale, warning against rulers indulging in personal pleasures while neglecting governance. 5 modern interpretations. In modern contexts, the term Mawei slope moment is often used metaphorically to describe a critical crisis where a regime or organization is forced to make painful decisions, particularly when sacrifices must be made to preserve the larger whole. It also serves as a warning.
现在快10点了，你没有开始，我不放心，你没有开始工作。
The Mawei slope moment is not only a significant historical event but also a lasting symbol of political and cultural reflection. It reveals the intricate relationships between power, love, responsibility,
你衣服洗了吗？
洗了。
洗了就拿上来。
This event remains a topic of profound study and contemplation.